3.
Hello everybody, I am Dr. Poorna Bose, working as HOD and Professor in Physics in Government VYT PG Autonomous College, Durg. Now, my today's topic is on Fermi's Golden Rule, which is in the first order perturbation theory, and then I will talk about harmonic perturbation, and my next topic is second order perturbation. Now let us start with the topic. Fermi's Golden Rule, and within bracket this is for first order perturbation, and this is transition probability. Now suppose that the unperturbed Hamiltonian H0 has a continuous spectrum and the transitions are taking place with the states in the continuum. This is the situation in most. Now, this is the situation in most of the physical problems. An example is the scattering problem. The scattering states are the continuum states of the eigenvalues of the Hamiltonian. Suppose the transition takes place to the state k between the energy levels k and k plus dEk. Then the transition probability per unit time is given by integrating equation 17 over k and dividing it by t. That is omega equal to 1 upon t integration absolute value of ak of the order 1, which is function of t, whole square rho function of k multiplied by dEk. Let it be equation number 18. This is in continuation of the previous lecture, that is on first order perturbation. Now in this equation number 18, rho function of k multiplied by dk is the number of final states with energies between ek and dek. The concept of energy density rho k of the final states is suitable since we are considering the case in which the transition is one or another of the continuous set of dissociated states. Now, we take the advantage of the fact that the breadth of the main peak becomes small as t becomes large, and we conclude the matrix H-Km and rho k are quantities sufficiently independent of Ek so that they can be taken outside the integral in equation 18. We further simplify the integral by changing the integration variables from Ek to x, which is equal to omega km multiplied by t by 2, and extending the limit on x to plus minus infinity. Substituting these values in equation 18, we have omega equal to 2 pi rho function of k absolute value of matrix H dash km whole square. Let it be equation number 19. Now we have taken here the absolute value of this equation. Now omega has been substituted as 2 pi upon h cross rho k absolute value of k h dash matrix h dash km whole square. Let it be equation number 18, where we have made use of the result, that is integration limits from minus infinity to plus infinity, x square sine square x dx equal to pi. This expression for omega is independent of t as expected. Now, this is one important result of perturbation theory, and that is time-dependent perturbation theory, and is known as Fermi's golden rule. Now, this relation has been successfully employed to calculate the transition probabilities between two states and their corresponding lifetimes. The states are between the kth state and the mth state. Now, in particular, in beta decay, it has given the results actually observed experimentally. There may be several different groups of final states like K1, K2, K3, etc. and the higher values of K, all of which possess nearly the same energy Ek equal to Em plus H cross omega, for which the perturbation matrix element H bra Kf H dash Km, that is H dash Kfm, and density of states rho Kf, although nearly constant within each group, differ from one group to another. Then the transition probability per unit time for the ith group replacing K by Ki in the equation number 20, we have omega equal to 2 pi upon h cross rho function of Ki and absolute value of the matrix H Ki m whole square. Now, where I has got values like 1, 2, 3 and higher values, let it be equation number 21. The spread of the energy of the final state to which the transition occurs is connected with uncertainty relation delta E multiplied by delta T is of the order of H cross in the following way. We can regard perturbation H dash as a device that measures the final state of the system by transferring it to one of the states K. The time available for the measurement of T, so that the uncertainty in the energy predicted by relation delta E is of the order of H cross by T, and this is in agreement with the width of the peak. Now, my next topic is harmonic perturbation. Now, equation 13 for the first order perturbation takes a particularly simple form if the perturbed Hamiltonian H dash depends harmonically on the time except for being turned on at one time and off at a later time. The perturbation is harmonic of frequency omega. That is, we can write ak of the order of 1, which is function of t, equal to iota h cross raised to the power of -1 integration limits from -infinity to t, and matrix H dash Km e raised to the power of iota omega Km into t into dt, which is equation number 13. Now, this matrix can be written as H dash Km matrix, or we have taken the time, we have changed the time as, we have taken the time as T dash. So H dash Km becomes, which is a function of T dash, is 0 for minus infinity is less than T dash, it will be less than T dash, and this is less than 0. And it is true for matrix H0 dash Km sine omega T dash for 0 less than or equal to T dash, and which is less than or equal to T. And the last one is 0 for T dash greater than T. Let it be equation number 22. Where matrix H dash 0 Km is independent of time and omega is positive. The first order amplitude AK1, which is function of T dash at time T dash, would then be given by AK1, which is function of T dash, and it is greater than or equal to T. So this is equal to iota h cross raised to the power of minus 1 integration limits from 0 to T h dash matrix Km e raised to the power of iota omega Km T dash into dt. This can be further written as equal to iota h cross raised to the power of minus 1 integration limits from 0 to T 2 multiplied by matrix H0 dash Km e raised to the power of e multiplied by sine omega t multiplied by e raised to the power of iota omega Km into t into dt. Now, so this is equal to minus matrix H0 dash Km divided by H cross multiplied by e raised to the power of iota omega Km plus omega into t dash divided by iota k omega Km plus omega minus e raised to the power of iota omega Km minus omega into t dash divided by iota omega Km minus omega and limits are from 0 to t. Now AK, which is of the order of 1 for which is function of t dash greater than or equal to t0, is equal to minus matrix H0 dash Km divided by iota h cross multiplied by e raised to the power of iota omega Km plus omega into t minus 1 divided by omega Km plus omega plus iota omega Km minus omega minus 1 divided by omega Km minus omega. The structure of the above equation suggests that the amplitude is appreciable only when the denominator is one or the other of the time of the two terms is practically zero. The first term is important when omega Km is equal to minus omega or Ek equal to Em minus h cross omega. And the second term is important when omega Km equal to omega or Ek equal to Em plus h cross omega. Thus, the first order effect of perturbation that varies sinusoidally in time with angular frequency omega is to transfer to or receive from the system on which it acts to the Planck's quantum of energy h cross omega. For the present case, the initial state m is a discrete bound state and the final state k is one of a continuous set of dissociated states. Then Ek is greater than Em and only the second term of the above equation need to be considered. The first order probability of finding the system in state K after the perturbation is removed is absolute value of Ak, which is of the order of 1, that is first order, and function of T dash, which is greater than or equal to T, absolute value square. This is equal to 4 times matrix H0 dash Km whole square sine square omega Km minus omega into T divided by 2 divided by H cross omega Km minus omega whole square. Let it be equation number 24. Now we will start with the second order. Now let us start with the second order perturbation. Now let us consider equation number 11, which we have discussed earlier. I am writing the same equation here. Iota h cross Ak dot raised to the power of s plus 1 equal to summation of matrix H Kn multiplied by An raised to the power of s e raised to the power of iota Kn into T. It is equation number 11. Now we must consider here the same equation. Now by substituting s equal to 1 in this equation, the left hand side term turns out to be iota h cross Ak dot raised to the power of 2. Now this is equal to summation over n h dash Kn matrix. This is matrix h dash Kn An of the order of 1 e raised to the power of iota omega Kn into T. Let it be equation number 25. Now Ak power 1 is a function of T is given by minus h dash Km e raised to the power of iota omega Km into T minus 1 divided by h cross omega Km. Now setting k equal to n, we get Ak to the power 1, which is function of T equal to minus h dash Kn matrix multiplied by e raised to the power of iota omega Km into T minus 1. Substituting this value in equation 25, we have now equation 25 is this one. This one is equation 25. So substituting this value in equation 25, now we have Ak dot, which is of the order of 2. This is equal to iota divided by h cross square summation of h dash Kn multiplied by h dash Km divided by omega Km multiplied by e raised to the power of iota Km into T minus e raised to the power of iota Kn into T. This is equation number 26. This equation subject to initial condition Ak2 of the order of 0 equal to 0 and this is equal to 0 at time t equal to 0 gives for the second order amplitudes at time t, that is Ak, this is of the order of t which is function of t, is of the order of iota h cross raised to the power of minus 2 multiplied by summation h dash kn multiplied by h dash km divided by omega km multiplied by e raised to the power of omega km into t minus 1 divided by omega km minus e raised to the power of iota omega kn minus 1 divided by omega kn. Let it be equation number 27. Now, this equation shows that transition for which probability increases linearly with time can be obtained by putting either omega km is of the order of 0 or omega km is equal to or of the order of 0. Suppose that perturbation gives no transition in first order. This means that there is no state n in the first order, but that conserved energy, that is omega kn, is of the order of 0. For such state, matrix element h dash nm is not equal to 0. Then, since omega km is of the order of 0, this also means that h dash km equal to 0, whereas omega kn equal to 0. Our second term in equation 27 is never appreciable. Therefore, second order may be calculated by ak of the order 1 by replacing h dash kn by second order matrix element summation of h dash kn multiplied by h dash nm divided by em minus en. Now, hence the second order amplitude term at time t is given by ak2 function of t equal to h cross raised to the power of minus 2 multiplied by summation h dash kn multiplied by h dash nm multiplied by e raised to the power of iota kn into t minus 1 divided